Bodacious true crime.
He doesn't sound like he's a paraplegic.
That's funny.
Eunice got it. We're talking about John Wayne Gacy.
Well, first of all, hello everybody, and welcome to Bodacious True Crime.
Yeah, that's what's
Jamie, stop.
Welcome to Bodacious True Crime. I'm your host.
Hey,
It's
welcome
Jamie
to
Scott.
Bodacious True Crime. I'm
No!
Ryan Fix.
It's been 5
It's me, J. Clark II of Xbox fame,
We didn't even introduce you yet.
the famous Destiny 1 streamer.
Hey, they recognize him, bro.
Yeah.
They know what's
Hey,
the fuck.
They know.
Yeah.
They know.
Riley's mom.
Oh, God. Welcome to Bodacious True Crime, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm Riley. This is Gus.
Yep. Hasn't changed since last time.
He's on every single episode except for the second one.
Prick.
But you know what? The second one isn't even that good. You don't have to watch it.
Yep. Because I'm not in it.
Yeah. We
No,
have,
no,
we have
no.
Eunice coming back again.
Yep.
And we were supposed to have Ollie, but then he was
He
sick.
died.
Yeah.
He got the
Let's just
clap
keep him
from
off,
a-
bro.
Hey, it was a sign from God.
He got
Honestly,
the clap from a stripper.
He got syphilis.
I was driving in my car today to
And you
pick
hit
up our,
Ollie, and that's
to-
how he got sick.
Yeah. No, I was driving to
Your
pick
car
up.
had COVID and gave it to him.
Damn. I was driving to pick up our guest today,
Yep.
and I was thinking, you know what? It's a sign from God, because Ollie would be shaking the fucking table.
Oh my God. Yeah, yeah. Hey, he would find a bag of chips.
Yeah, he'd be like,
Gus
"Mom,
made sure
Mom."
before we came over, before he found out Ollie wasn't coming, he told his mom, make sure you don't buy any chips from Kroger this week. This is a chip-free house.
You know how much I ate yesterday?
Bro, I'd love
Just to make sure he can't?
I'd love to imagine you cut away. He's upstairs making chips. He's cutting up potatoes, frying like
No,
I'm
no, no,
eating
no, no,
chips.
no, no, no.
I'm
You-
eating chips.
It gets silent real quick, and you just hear him just.
He has one chip under each roll.
Well, today we're joined by Mr. J. Clark II, otherwise known as Jamie.
Hi.
How are you, Jamie?
I'm stupendous. Thank you for asking.
Thank you for coming.
I always come on the first date.
Goddamn. Yeah, that looks great.
Question.
What?
What does stupendous mean?
Stupendous? It's like better than great.
Yeah.
Great
Today-
is amazing.
No. I'm not
It-
doing
it
amazing.
doesn't-
I'm doing
it's already
stupendous.
begun.
Yeah.
Eunice. What the fuck?
Amazing doesn't suffice. You need something
Yeah.
even like
No.
bigger.
Terrific.
You do.
See,
No,
I,
even bigger.
I gotta distract myself because the fog is coming.
The fog is
coming.
The fog is coming, gentlemen.
Because
So I distract it by using big words,
right.
right?
Because it is a little slow.
It is.
yeah, it's slow.
Your windows.
By the
We're
end
gonna
of
have
these
to cut
two
that part.
parts, I'm gonna want to kill Eunice. So.
Why me? He's doing it too.
What do you mean?
Hey.
I'm perfect. I
All
can't
I'm
do
saying is
anything
big
right.
words. He's singing the fucking Indian song.
I'm singing the Indian ringtone from the Nokia.
Today,
Get ready.
Anyways,
for a
Riley,
ride,
so how are
guys.
you doing today?
today,
How's our great host?
please stop.
What do you mean?
I'm begging you.
Okay.
Oh, I'm fine.
That's just all it is.
Today, we're
What are
talking.
we doing today?
I'm gonna kill myself.
Guys, we haven't even gotten the first line in yet.
Hush! Hush! Shut the fuck up.
We don't even know who we're doing yet.
We just said it.
Today, we're talking about the famous, the infamous
Yep.
serial killer known as John Wayne Gacy,
A little
Caveman.
cute little boy.
otherwise known as the Killer Clown.
Yep.
From outer space?
Not exactly.
We're not quoting that stupid
Not that one.
movie.
What do you
Actually,
mean?
off camera, there's a Pennywise
Yeah.
statue. Are you ready to talk about John Wayne Gacy?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So, John Wayne Gacy was born in Chicago, Illinois,
Chicago.
on March 17th, 1942.
Oh, that was before they dropped the bombs. Oh.
Yeah.
Why is that your
That'll be important
landmark?
later. That'll be important later on.
Why is that your timeline?
No, no, no. It's gonna be important later
Hey,
on.
were you born before or after 9/11?
Well, yeah, that's a good thing.
I mean, all of us are after
Pre-Nazis, Nazis, after Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was the second child of John Stanley Gacy. That's who he's kind of named after his father.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the real reason for his name is like John Wayne the actor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cowboy killer.
His mother's name was Marion Robinson. His dad was I'm gonna redo that. His dad was an auto repair mechanic, and he fought in World War One.
WW1?
Yeah, his mom was just a housewife.
Do we know where he was stationed?
No, we do not.
Oh my God! Of course, John Wayne became a killer. He has a trad wife mom.
No, John. That's. Dude, I literally.
Is that allowed? Can we say that?
Are we gonna get canceled?
A trad wife. I'll just cut it out.
What the fuck?
Traditional wife.
Yeah.
traditional, bro.
No, that I was.
No, it's just like that beginning. His father was in the military. His mom was a stay-at-home
No, she was
wife.
a trad wife.
Oh, no wonder he was a killer.
Ah,
His mom was doing his fucking job.
Gacy had a good relationship with his mother. He also had a sister. Actually,
Like a
I take that back.
Freudian relationship?
Kind of.
Oh.
He had two sisters. He had two sisters. But his dad was physically, he was literally the stereotypical, like, 50s dad where he beats his entire family.
With a closed
Right.
fist.
Yeah.
Always drunk.
Riley, did you know that phone books don't leave bruises?
He
That's
looked
true.
like he just fell.
Exactly.
They could leave paper cuts though.
Yeah, but you
Not if
can't
you
go
do
to
it
jail
right.
if your son gets a paper cut.
I mean, if you're a little like, you're 6 beers in, you're not gonna be hitting the best.
You know, you gotta do
well,
this,
see,
you gotta do
that's
the signature.
If
turn
the
ring
phone book,
around.
there you go. There you go.
John Wayne Gacy's father was particularly hard on him. He called him a sissy.
Right.
When his mom tried to like shield him from the abuse of his father. Allegedly, he said that his son would grow up queer, and because he was a mama's boy.
Right.
Gacy said his earliest memory was his father beating him because Gacy was a child and he accidentally disassembled some parts of an engine his father was working on.
You
Wow.
accidentally
Because he
did that.
left them all out,
Oh,
and his father went away.
Oh shit! I took out
He
the
left them all
cylinder.
out.
So he tripped.
Because he's a kid.
He
was
tripped.
like-
He picked up a wrench on the way.
How do you accident? I'm not saying he didn't. I'm not saying how did he take
Yeah.
apart. I'm saying how do you accidentally take
I think
apart?
it-
an
oh,
engine?
shit!
it
The
wasn't-
front wheel drive.
It
is
wasn't.
gone.
It wasn't
Oh,
on accident.
this isn't my Lego set. This is my dad's this is my dad's
This is
V8
a
engine.
sandwich.
I think it,
I ruined the powertrain system.
it wasn't on accident. It was like he did it on purpose, but he was a child, so it's like he
Right.
doesn't know any better. You know what I
I
mean?
get. All right.
How
What
old was he?
child is
Do-
like-
Do we have an age?
4, I believe.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, that's his earliest memory.
I'm gonna go into the garage and work on
Because if
Dad's
you said
car.
something like 11 or 10, like, no, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what a car is.
I heard Dad's got rod knock.
Hey, I got Rod knocked. Don't say.
Dad, hey, yo, Pops, I'm gonna turbocharge this shit.
Check out this turtle.
Hey, Ollie be like, hey, if only Ollie was here.
It's fucking Honda, bro. I don't want to talk about that again.
Despite all of this, Gacy still loved his father, and he literally worked his entire life until his father died
Right.
to be good enough for his father, so he'd be proud of him. Maybe he gets that, maybe he doesn't.
Aren't we all?
What did not make his father proud, however, was when Gacy was caught sexually fondling a young girl in 1949.
Do we
He
have
wasn't
an-
proud of
I was
that.
gonna say, do we have an age?
He was 7.
Oh, boys will be boys.
How old was she?
Boys will be boys.
Just very young.
Does that?
Because
I mean, like,
wait, if he's 7, what's very? Was he like
Probably
at
younger.
1, 2, 3, very young. 5, 6, 7.
I mean, as Wayne Gacy's father beating him for being a sissy.
Yeah.
How like I can see why he struggled so much. Like, how do you please your father? You fall on a woman and it's a bad thing.
Yeah, but
And
I
what-
feel like
and
when
like you
he's
act a
7
little sensitive and it's a bad thing. Like,
I
where do you find
sexually
that balance?
assault people. I'm a bad guy.
I mean,
So
it's the
I-
50s by this point, right?
I
It's-
have no bitches. I'm a sissy.
it's-
I grab some women off the street. I'm the bad. What do you want?
But
What
it's-
do you
I mean, it's the
want?
1950s. This is like
1949.
this is what
so
you
it's
do.
almost the 50s, yeah.
Damn,
you go out and diddle. Me and the boys are going out to make out pee. We're
Hey.
gonna go diddle some girls.
Hey, Pa.
Mom, pack me an apple juice.
Give me apple juice.
Pa, I'm gonna be home late for dinner. Me and the kids are going out to diddle.
And Ma,
We're gonna go play stickball.
I mean, I'm surprised the dad didn't like tag along. That's all I'm saying.
Oh wait,
Ma.
no. We're forgetting. It's Chicago. It's okay.
and Ma,
Yeah.
I'm going to make out point with the boys. Can you pack me an apple juice and
Make
some
out
condoms?
point.
Make out point. The
For-
most famous mountain in Chicago.
I don't fucking know where it is, Illinois.
You don't know where Chicago
It's
is?
just some.
I don't know where
trash-
make out point is.
some
In
tra-
Chicago.
Is it somewhere in Chicago? No, it's
The
that's,
famous
that's like
Illinoisian
a stereotypical. Just
It's just some
oh,
trashy
I think it's a
motel
big
called
one.
Makeup Point.
Oh, probably. I don't know. There's probably
Guys,
everywhere.
I feel like
everywhere
no.
has a makeout point.
The Chicago Makeup Point is just some like trashy.
It's just a
motel.
parking lot.
Hey,
No,
Yeah.
it's some like garbage motel.
Valley View, baby.
Valley View.
The bean.
Yeah.
That's the best park in Michigan, by the way, guys.
It is.
Feel
it
free
is.
to come. I know Riley's full address, so if you need to find him, we know where he is.
For this particular incident, Gacy's father beat him with a razor strap, which is a leather strap that they use to polish the edge of razors.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Sweeney
Oh, for
Todd?
like shaving kits?
No, I have not, but I had to look up what one of those was.
They're like for shaving kits.
Yeah.
right?
And Sweeney Todd, they had the kid do it, and it was the Italian do it, and he was singing, but he's actually British. and they're sharpening it, and it just keeps hitting the kids' fingernails and shit. It was cool.
Yeah, because it's like sandpaper.
No, the razor kept hitting it.
Oh.
As a youth, Gacy was also molested by a family friend.
Here we go.
He never
The
told.
diddling continues.
Yep.
He never told anybody about this because he was afraid his father would blame him for being molested.
Well, he's a
Right.
cute little kid.
But
Jamie. 7.
Hey,
hey, have you seen
Listen,
what Gacy looks like? He's
Little
fat.
kids can be cute, bro. Come on.
Hey.
Gross
And I'm not.
looking.
If I was a woman and I said that kid is cute, would you think I'm a
There's a
pedophile?
difference between saying they're cute versus he got molested. I mean, he's a cute little boy.
He said that, not me. I said kids
Why
can
are
be
you
cute.
defending him?
I'm not defending. I'm saying kids can be cute, man. That's all I'm saying.
I said Jamie, and then you got up and said, well, I mean,
Hey,
We're
listen, man.
connected.
We gotta end the stereotype, all right?
the pedophiles are
Sit
bad
down.
people.
Sit down.
We gotta stop saying that pedophiles are bad people. We don't know.
The fucking look on Eunice's face.
What's up?
According
All
to,
this.
yeah, I know it will be cut.
Why not?
Shut up. So, according to Gacy's friends, he said he never hit his father back when he got beat.
Right. I mean, he was like what, 10 at this time?
No, this abuse continues through his entire childhood.
Right. I mean, like even like if you're getting beat as a kid, chances are if you're still getting beat as like a teenager, you're not hitting back.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
He learned all his
I think it's
combos.
also like a thing out of respect, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Fear,
18.
bro. Fear.
I mean, like, I'm 18. If my dad, like tried to smack me, I'm not gonna hit back, but I'll dodge it or, like, grab his hand.
I would take it submissive and breedably.
From your father?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I don't
I'm
judge.
sorry.
I don't
Harder.
Harder. You grab his arm as he's walking away. Harder.
He, like, walks away, like, we're not done.
So,
I haven't came.
so in
This is punishment. This is sexual.
What's my safe word, Baba? Allah Akbar. Stop it. I'm going to hell.
So, in 1960, at the ripe old age of 18, Gacy started his journey into politics.
Oh, a political advocate.
Gacy was, now in contrast with Ted Bundy, because Ted Bundy was Republican, Gacy was like a Democrat.
Right.
Well,
course,
it makes
a very
sense.
big- he's a very big Democrat.
These goddamn
Of course,
Democrats trying
the pedophile.
Yep.
to make everything okay. What's next? You're gonna make us
and the
marry our
Republicans are
dogs?
necrophiles, bro.
What's worse, fucking dead bodies or fucking little kids?
I feel like they're equally
They're
as bad in their own
equally-
respective
yeah.
rights, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So he becomes the precinct captain for the Democratic Party. He becomes the precinct captain for the Democratic Party candidate in his neighborhood. I could have just kept going. I
At
don't know why.
16?
So like,
18.
18.
is that even a real position? Like
Yes.
in his neighborhood?
A precinct captain is in charge of establishing a link between voters and the candidates. So basically, he you know, like those people that like set up those like things where they pass out like pamphlets
Yeah,
or
yeah.
signs and shit.
Right.
He's doing that. Technically,
So he's like the middleman.
I mean, he's like a wage cut for the government.
yes. In fact, his father really did not like this.
Quick question: do they get paid for that?
Yes.
Go work in a mill.
I
bro.
believe so. Although a lot of the precinct captain probably gets paid, but the people
That pass out the
are
papers.
volunteers most likely.
Do you remember? Was it two? No, it was right before COVID. There were those like two old people who were like super Christians. They were handing out Bibles to all the Arabic kids.
No way.
Oh
Swear to
yeah,
God.
like, you can get like Home Depot parking lots.
No,
and
they
shit.
were right outside the high school and they were
No,
passing
Wait,
out Bibles.
yeah.
I got
think,
one.
Yeah. Well, I think I was there too.
I just
I
wanna
think it was a
say-
New Testament book,
New
right?
Testament, yep,
Yeah.
I have it. His father, like I said before, did not like this. He called him a patsy
Yeah, damn
for
patsy.
getting involved in politics.
What does his dad want from him? What does he want? He
You
doesn't
are
want to
not
work
the
an engineer.
perfect
He
man.
doesn't want to be a player.
You will
he doesn't
see
want
later.
to be a politician.
You'll see later. So Gacy's relationship with his father, because he's still living at home, became so strained that Gacy ran away. Like his father fixed up his car for him because it was like fucked up. Immediately he took it and he ran away and moved to Las Vegas.
Well,
I was actually gonna ask.
Las
Right
Vegas. That's like.
Yep.
Viva Las Vegas, baby.
It's like one of the worst places to run
He
away.
really is
to
a
'cause of
sissy,
the
bro.
high
Damn.
road pay- is it
Yeah.
expensive
Las
at
Vegas?
the time
Oh,
he was
it's
in?
definitely expensive, especially going to Like somewhere else in Nevada,
Sure.
probably fine.
Yeah.
Las Vegas,
Let's go to Reno.
it's busy and you could probably get a job pretty quick, but it'd be
As a
really
male stripper.
expensive.
I mean, even if you get a
Waiter.
job.
You can't even live in Las
Yeah.
Vegas unless you have a residency.
yeah.
Yeah. Plus, even then, even if you get a job and you're allowed to live there, the job's there based off of like the amount of money you need to have like a decent living.
Mhm.
You're gonna be living in your car for
Yeah.
months before you can even attempt to buy an apartment.
Now, Gacy actually does get a job in Las Vegas. He almost immediately ran out of money and then started working, like trying to find a job. He becomes he works inside of an ambulance.
Don't you need like medical
A degree?
training?
Don't you need to be
he
like
would-
an EMT?
I don't know. Not in the 50s, or the 60s,
What do you
I
do?
guess.
Clean up the throw up?
No, he would just be there to help transport. Specifically, his job was to help transport people into the hospital.
Don't you need to be a paramedic to do that?
I don't know. I guess
I don't
not
think
Gacy.
Or a nurse at the very
No,
least?
no,
Maybe
it does.
any
monkey
Back-
can
I think it was
pull a
literally
gurney.
specifically just pick up the
Transportation.
body,
Yeah.
put it on the cart, and push.
Now,
So why can't the
'Cause
medical
now people
professionals
care.
do that?
Because
Now-
now people care.
Now, he later gets transferred to working as a mortuary attendant.
Oh.
Now, a mortuary attendant takes the bodies from the hospital to the morgue, like
Yeah.
dead bodies.
You need
Moving up in the
you
world.
need college for that too.
Well,
Now it is.
Not
did
any
it without.
not any monkey can just.
Yeah.
I want to pick up bodies.
he,
Right.
he did it without.
Oh.
Also, Gacy dropped out of high school
Oh,
and
nice.
never finished.
I was gonna ask, did he go to college?
He goes to later, actually pretty soon. He enrolls in a business college, but he never finished high school.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I like how the people with no education are handling,
bodies.
yeah,
Yeah.
both
So,
alive and dead.
Wait,
I was gonna say, was he a necrophile? Is that what you're gonna lead
he
into?
wasn't, but
what?
Gacy admits later that he snuck into the coffin of a dead teenage boy he thought was attractive
Necrophile.
while working as a mortuary attendant, and he just laid with him inside of like the coffin that they had him in, and he was like caressing his body.
Oh.
He admitted to this, but I think he took it back later. So
I mean, you said it. You can't really take it
yeah,
back
yeah,
now.
He pranked this.
oh, he takes a lot of shit back.
He's like, Your Honor, I did it for the vine back in the 40s.
So Gacy said he immediately regretted this,
Mhm.
and he thought it was like gross, and so he called his mom and said he wanted to come back home, and his mom and his dad let him come back home.
Right.
Yeah. So I guess good on his father for letting him at least come back, because I'm
Yeah,
sure.
good on his father. So
I'll
you can
be
beat him
honest,
some more.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be honest.
He needed more target
Just based
practice.
off what I'm hearing about his father, for 1950s times, doesn't seem like a bad dad compared. Like he seems like average.
Yeah.
You don't
That
want,
sounds
you
like
want your
my-
son to grow up manly, not into politicians, and that sounds like a really like basic 50s
This
dad.
this sounds like my dad.
So once Gacy comes back home, however,
Mhm.
he kind of gets his life together weirdly,
Right.
and he, like I said, enrolls in a business college, and
Without
starts.
a high school degree.
Yeah.
Or a GED.
Yeah, he doesn't get his GED until way later.
Wait, what time?
Until
is this?
after he gets in business.
1963.
Oh, the war's over.
Yeah. We're in Vietnam.
I was gonna say maybe did he get his GI Bill?
He didn't get drafted.
Oh.
This is just Gacy.
Oh.
Actually, I don't think he could have gotten drafted because he had, well, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I guess this
He
were
had
sending anyone
he had
over
a
there.
medical illness when he was a lot younger, but it kind of went away towards the end of high
Yeah,
school.
so-
I
Send him
mean, I
over,
guess
it's
this
now.
was back before computers, so he really
Yeah.
could have just forged a high school degree and gotten away with it.
When Gacy was younger, he had an accident. I forgot what happened to him, but he had an accident, and then he was in the hospital for a lot of his time in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of why he dropped out.
Makes sense.
But he goes to Northwestern Business College, still in Illinois, and he graduated in 1963, and he starts working at the Nunn Bush Shoe Company.
Oh.
In 1964,
Doing big things.
what? Yeah, he
Doing
is.
big things.
He actually is about to start doing big things.
He made the first Jordans.
LeBron James.
He's like, I got this.
He actually founded
Air
Nike.
Jordans.
He-
And they're like, who the fuck is Jordan?
Where
Like,
do you-
trust me?
Trust me.
It'll make
Where do you
sense.
think Kanye got his idea for
True.
Yeezys?
Mm-hmm.
So in 1964, he's transferred to Springfield, Illinois.
Yeah.
The original place he worked was in Chicago, so he's still staying in Illinois. He works as a salesman and got promoted to manager. Yeah, within the same year.
Mm-hmm.
In March of 1964, he gets engaged to a coworker. Her name was Marilyn Myers.
Oh,
Wow.
Wasn't his mom's
I
name
bet she's
also
fat.
Mary?
Something with an M, but not that.
Marguerite.
I'm gonna look it up. Hold on.
Marguerite.
It was Marin, not Marilyn.
Fucking that one guy, man, with the mom sex complex.
Freud.
He keeps getting away
Freud.
with it.
We keep talking about Freudian thoughts.
Yeah, we do keep talking about it. Oops. So during this time, Gacy joins the JCs, which is basically it's called a civic organization and leadership training program. It's kind of like
Is it just Nazis?
no, although 5 presidents were in the JCs, and so was Bill Gates. It's kind of like it's almost like Boy Scouts for adults. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a country club.
Nazis.
Yeah,
It's like a country club.
I guess.
No, that's for old men.
No,
The
that's-
JCs,
JC's
or-
are a young man's game.
it's kind of like the Boy Scouts or like the Kiwanis or something, where like they try to like their whole thing is like community outreach. Where
Oh,
they, like,
That's
go
what the
and they help-
Nazis did.
God damn it.
You could have just said KKK.
No, KKK they're just racist.
So in
Are
19
Nazis not racist?
No, they were making money moves. They had Germany on lock.
And the Jews.
Right, but I don't think they'd be Nazis pre-World War II.
No, this is post-Nazis.
Is it post-Nazi?
This is post-
I don't
this
think
is-
post-Nazi.
This is 63.
This
Oh,
is
I'm retarded.
64.
I don't think post-Nazi like world would support anything Nazi, especially in America.
No, they're like hiding it.
Operation Paperclip.
Well, they're not doing a good job.
Hey, this is the second episode in a row where I've mentioned Operation Paperclip. Also in 1964, Gacy has another homosexual encounter. A fellow JC invited Gacy over to drink.
Call him
And-
Gacy.
That's his name.
That's
That's his name.
Gacy? I thought you were saying Casey
No,
this whole
John
time.
Wayne Gacy. Fucking Eunice. So
Should have seen it coming.
So Gacy was drinking with this guy, and then the guy blew Gacy. Yeah.
Oh,
How does
I
that-
feel like you skipped a
That's
couple
a
stats.
that's a jump, man.
Get a couple Miller High Lifes, start acting different.
You just hear me crack a beer on the side.
So by 1965, Gacy was promoted to vice president of the JCs.
Was he blowing everyone?
I don't know.
He was getting blown.
He was named the 3rd most outstanding JC in Illinois.
Wow.
Yeah, all while like still doing stuff with Democrats.
He did that Monica Lewinsky.
That's gonna be the next national treasure. They're gonna have to analyze the cum on the Bill Clinton dress to find the secret.
So now we're going to talk about Marilyn Myers.
Mhm.
So in 1964, Gacy and Marilyn Myers get married. Like they got engaged in March, and then the following year, or
He
not
got
the following
poppy
year,
from a
later
man
in the
while
year.
getting married.
Yeah. Oh, dude, don't even. fucking
Adultery?
with me right now.
Adult
There's a lot of
in
that.
the 60s.
There's a lot of that. Wait till the 70s. So
It's gonna get crazy.
Sounds like a time
Don't
traveler.
even know.
Myers' father was so fucking rich that he bought Gacy 3 KFCs to manage. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What kind of wedding gift is that?
Not-
Living in the
Not
lamp of
only
luxury.
that, it gets better.
Like a wedding gift. Normally they give you money, some jewelry. You want 3 KFCs?
3 KFCs and a Popeyes.
It
bitch.
gets better because also with this, like Gacy was going to, because he was going to be a manager, he was going to be receiving a salary of $15K a year. Now
Woo.
that doesn't sound like a lot.
It is.
By today's money, that's $143,000 a year. In 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Gacy and Myers also, like they wanted her. Her father wanted them to move back to Myers' like home, in Iowa.
The Myers estate.
Yeah, so that, and they were going to. That was kind of like I think the catch was that they were all going to move back to Iowa,
Mhm.
like Myers and her husband, which is Gacy. They moved back to Iowa, but Gacy gets to manage 3 KFCs. He's gonna be fucking rich,
Right.
and they literally bought another house, moved into that house, and cleared out their old house, which was her basically Marilyn Myers' like home growing up as a child, just so Gacy and Myers could live in this home by themselves. They were literally gonna get a whole ass fucking house to themselves.
Right.
Wait, how big is the house?
Decent. I'm assuming it's pretty big. If her father can afford to buy 3 KFCs for Gacy.
Right.
Not only that, but Gacy was going to receive a share of all the KFC's fucking profits every year.
Like the corporation?
On top of his salary?
Yeah.
So he got not only 3 KFCs, but he also got KFC shares?
Yeah.
Damn.
So Gacy moves to fucking Waterloo, Iowa, because this is a goddamn amazing deal. And while in Iowa, he opens up his basement to his employees, and he gets really close with all his employees.
I bet he gets really close.
Oh, he gets really close with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
He basically like creates a nightclub in his basement, where
That Kentucky Fried Dip.
he not
Finger
only
looking good asshole.
not only did he invite like young men
Mm-hmm.
to his place, but he invited all his
All the men
employees.
ever.
Right.
Yeah, he invited all his employees, but he
He just let
only-
the guys stay a little longer.
I was gonna say he only socialized with the young men,
Mm-hmm.
but he would invite women over too.
It's a formality, bro.
In his basement, employees could drink and they'd play pool together.
Oh,
Yeah.
the most sexual of activities.
Hey, we'll talk about those
I
stats.
mean, hey, bro, when you bend down grabbing that long wood, smacking around those balls.
It would be a shame if I brought my pool table and some Dello.
I was gonna say case of beer.
Case of beer.
Ga-
Tropical wine coolers.
Seltzer.
Gacy would get he would get the younger men drunk, and he'd make sexual advances on them. And if they refused, he'd be like, "I'm just kidding." He'd be like,
joshing.
He'd be like, "I'm just kidding."
Dude,
it was a prank. It was a prank.
Dude,
grabs
what's
it.
wrong with
He's
you?
literally
Gay.
grabbing your dick, looking in your eyes. Oh, my bad, bro.
Yeah,
Misinput.
I'm just joking.
It was a misinput. You calm
Hey.
the fuck down. You calm the fuck down.
Oh, my
Dude.
bad, bro.
I'm not gay.
What the hell, man? I was kidding
not-
around.
I'm not gay. I did it for the vibe.
Wait until you hear his other excuse.
Oh.
In 1966, Gacy had a son. The next year, he has a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And Gacy described this part of his life as perfect. And to bring it back around to his father visited him and apologized for like shitting on him his entire
Because he's
life.
got money now.
Yeah, and he said he was proud of him.
Mm.
Dude, he
That
just
he married-
came when he
Hey,
heard
you know what,
that.
son? I'm proud of you. You married into money.
You know, I feel like if he killed his father then and there, it would have all came full circle and nothing else
He,
would have happened.
would have been normal.
Yeah,
Well,
at least as normal as he can be.
In the
After that.
60s.
In the 60s.
Gacy joins the
Medicinal
Waterloo.
cocaine.
What?
Medicinal cocaine.
Gacy joins the Waterloo JC's
Therapeutic
chapter,
opioids.
and they offer like he literally worked with the JCs and was working 12 to 14-hour shifts a day at KFC.
He
Managing-
really doesn't want to be home with his wife
He'd rather be anywhere
Hey,
than with
with
the
it-
woman that loves him.
than with his family, bro.
I was just, dude,
Just like any other man in the
Same, dude.
60s.
dude. At the meetings for the JCs, they called him the Colonel because he'd bring people KFC. I say all of this,
Right.
but Gacy was like many of the other JC members involved in wife swapping, prostitution, pornography, and drug use.
This is,
The
just,
60s.
this is the
Yeah.
Illuminati.
This is the 60s. It's the late 60s at this point.
So this is what the Boy Scouts do when they get older, huh?
Yeah.
You go from tying ropes to tying knots.
Boy
Yeah.
Scouts, Eagle Scouts, JCs.
They're all connected.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the
Hey,
we got the Cubs, the Tigers, the KKK,
Just imagine what happens in those country
Nazis.
clubs, bro.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
if you're really lucky,
JC.
So despite like all of this, Gacy in 1967 is named Outstanding Vice President of the Waterloo JCs, and he serves on their board of directors.
can I ask how
Yeah.
many people are part of this organization?
A lot.
Like
United States,
hundreds?
Canada, Mexico, Panama.
More than that. Probably thousands.
Okay.
Jamaica.
Because I'm
Um,
thinking like 7 people in a
No way.
garage.
Maybe on the board of directors, but in the actual organization, and they're still around today. There's a lot of people in this organization.
So
Are they,
if
like,
it's still around
powerful?
today, like hypothetically,
Not really,
if someone
I don't
wanted to join,
You could. I don't know if you could.
We all get a JC's because he's Arabic.
No, I'm just saying. I
Wow,
probably have to be
Riley.
rich.
Wow.
Because I mean, like, fuck you.
call him Ray.
He said no. He said Riley.
I said, wow, Riley. Wow.
I'm tripping.
So
Apparently. Freudian thoughts.
also, in 1967, Gacy lures 15-year-old Donald Voorhees
What
What?
the fuck?
to his house to show him stag films. Hey, this is my favorite part.
I'm sorry, but when you said Morkies, my brain
Voorhees.
Voorhees, like
Voorhees.
Jason, like
Jason.
that
Like
motherfucker
that
up
guy in
there.
the stairwell.
Isn't it Jason Voorhees?
Voorhees.
Ooh,
Eunice, you are not good with names, bro.
Listen, I'm not used to having normal names in one of these fucking podcasts. Every time we've done one of these,
How
names have
is-
been, so
Yeah.
he got this guy, Ahmed. So God forbid we have normal names. You want me to change
Ted
it?
Bundy.
Ted Bumpy.
Donald.
Bundy.
Bumpy.
Now you.
Bumpy.
So
Get low.
I know you're wondering, what is a stag film?
A
So-
piece of fucking art.
Stag films.
Ahead of its time.
We're about to rock your
Yeah,
world.
it's basically just porn, but it's like
the 20s cartoon equivalent of porn.
they're
Yeah,
in
the
black and
end.
white. They're in black and white, and they're silent films.
Yeah.
I like to
You
imagine.
ever see those like old films where like you have to lean in, like look at this little thing and like spin it almost?
Yeah, that's a stag film.
Yeah.
I like the.
You have to crank two things at once.
I like the idea. It's that, and it cuts to like the text part. It's like, oh heavens.
Oh, great heavens! Family Guy
arriving.
being a
With like the
joke.
piano playing in the background.
But it's basically just porn. Gacy, however, would have stag film parties.
Oh.
At these stag film parties, he'd just get a bunch of young boys together and be like, "Hey, you want to watch some porn?"
Dude,
Because
I'm
it's
get-
like the '60s.
I'm getting a stiffy right now.
Me too.
What?
Anyway.
No, we're not sliding
Yeah,
past
yeah.
that.
Just don't ask us to stand up.
Hey.
We're talking about stag films. It's my favorite.
Porn's hard to come by these days. So he had stag film parties.
Yeah.
Gacy got Voorhees drunk and let him watch the porn. Before asking him to, he asked him to engage in mutual oral sex.
A bit of 69 action, if you will.
Now, this is my favorite quote from Gacy personally. He said, "You have to have sex with a man before you can start having sex with a woman."
What? You have to understand yourself.
Listen, no. Because nobody knows a man's body more than a man.
It takes a man to know what a man wants.
Exactly.
He told this to like several other young boys.
Oh, I'm sure that was like his opener.
Now, to keep the boys,
He had it
opening act.
tattooed.
you gotta have sex with a man before you can start having sex
should
with a
get
woman.
matching
Leviticus.
Now, to keep,
It's tattooed on his
We should get it tattooed
It's
on
on
like,
his
the
dick.
inside of our knee.
dude, that'd be
Oh.
awesome.
Just at the beach, your mom sees that shit. What's that say, sweetheart? Nothing.
Nothing. So to keep the boys quiet, he'd say that the reason he was asking them to have sex with him, and like literally they'd have sex with him, or like they'd fuck him, or blow him or something. And to keep them quiet, he'd say he was hired to conduct homosexual experiments for scientific reasons. Yeah, and
Because you know the homo is not like a regular human.
The Homosaurus.
The homosaurus.
he'd even pay kids $50
Yeah,
per kid.
That's like a couple of grand today, right?
A few $100, or probably like $200-300. Well, yeah,
All I know is if a guy
a few
offered
$100.
me,
Gacy's looking mighty tasty.
either way,
right about now.
that's nothing.
You tell me all I gotta do is play with some meat and I get $50?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'll do that now.
Yeah, right?
shit,
With
bro.
today's money.
So Voorhees did not keep quiet.
Promise to fill up my tank of gas. I'll suck all of you right now.
And then,
Hey, I would do that too.
believe it or not, John Wayne Gacy actually threw him in a lake after he found out what he
Hey,
said.
you're spoiling it.
He found a hockey mask in the basement.
So
Man, a machete.
So Gacy, believe it or not, actually, Voorhees' father was a fellow JC member, and they reported Gacy to the police, and they charged him with performing oral sodomy on him.
Oral sodomy, so
So
butt
they didn't
mouth
just go
stuff?
to jail?
Well, no, he got charged.
No, it's the
with
60s.
it.
They give you a slap on the wrist and send you on your way.
Not here, actually. No.
Really?
Oh, he gets punished.
Remember, it's the 60s. He got called for doing gay things.
No, because
Oh,
No,
yeah,
because
that's
he's
the
getting
part.
punished.
That's the part they were
I like how
worried
that's
Yeah.
the issue, not the pedophile.
No,
I mean, honestly, in that time, yeah.
this will come up later. But as soon as as soon as Voorhees reports him for oral sodomy, and keep in mind his father, he told his father, and then his father's the one who took it to the police, who's also a fellow JC member. Gacy then gets like another 16-year-old comes forward and says that Gacy assaulted him. His name was Edward Lynch, so they charge him with assault too.
Right.
Now Gacy denies this,
He's
and
just a good little boy.
eventually, what?
He's just a good little boy and do
Yeah.
nothing.
Right.
Eventually, because he was so well respected within the JCs, they're all on his side. And like I said, his Donald Voorhees' father was a Gacy. I knew that I was going to make that mistake.
Yeah.
JC, he eventually believes Gacy's story. Yeah.
That's that charisma.
Can you
though.
imagine?
But they still charge him.
Can you imagine telling your dad, Dad, that guy raped me? Seems like such a nice guy.
Yeah, exactly.
You sure you didn't deserve it?
Dude.
Were you
What were you wearing?
Were you asking for it?
Were you wearing those tight jeans? I told you not to wear those.
Wearing your
What is this
What the
Riz
fuck
though?
did you
Like
see?
what?
Rain.
What the fuck did you see?
That's not right, is it?
That's rain.
Yeah, that's right.
No, that's right.
That doesn't matter.
What is this Riz though?
Yeah, exactly.
Like what?
The charisma. During the trial for this, because JC got charged with fucking sodomy.
Gacy, you mean? You said JC.
Damn. Dude, I knew I was gonna make. I did.
JC and the Carter.
You had the bag and you whiffed it.
So Gacy gets charged, like I said before. He paid an employee of his at the time, named Russell Schroeder, to
It's
physically.
pronounced Schrodinger.
No, it's not.
And then there's Cat.
So
Is he there or isn't he?
Is he dead or alive?
wanted. So
Roxanne.
I hate that.
Roxanne.
You don't have to.
Shut up. Don't even talk to me
Why?
like that.
Go on.
Okay, so he paid 18-year-old Russell Schroeder to physically assault Voorhees, which would discourage him from testifying at the trial.
Oh, just beat the piss out of him?
Yeah, he did this,
Oh, shit.
but was immediately caught.
I was gonna say, what the fuck? Did they have like hit contracts? Take out this 15-year-old.
No, he just paid him to like beat him up.
Imagine you're at your 9 to 5 at KFC and your boss gives you like $500.
I need you to
shout that kid.
I need you to smoke this kid. He knows too much.
So he beat him up, but he gets immediately caught. And when they interrogated him after some time, he confesses to beating him up. But then he gives up Gacy, saying, he paid me. And they add in the charge of trying to intimidate a witness to the trial. Gacy, for some reason, I don't know why they did this, but I guess it makes sense, kind of. They make him undergo psychological evaluation in September of 1968 as part of the trial, and they conclude that he has antisocial personality disorder, which is the same thing as being a psychopath or a sociopath. That's like the clinical definition for it.
Sociopathy and psychology.
Yeah, but
Psychology.
now a psychopath doesn't feel emotions or remorse or sympathy, or empathy. But sociopaths experience extreme versions of their emotions. Gacy was diagnosed as either or, but later they do another psychological evaluation on him, and they determine that he's a psychopath.
He comes out clean. He's normal.
Sure.
I like that. Two polar opposites. Either or.
Yeah, no, it's like that's just part of like being of antisocial personality
It's
disorder.
part of being in the 60s. We don't know what you got. You're crazy.
A lot of people that is true actually. A lot of people basically use sociopath and psychopath interchangeably, but technically they're like literally the
Like
exact
polar
opposite of each other.
opposites,
Yeah, but Gacy is a diagnosed psychopath.
I have sociopathy.
Those 3 KFCs.
He does own 3 KFCs.
I think the
know?
KFCs caused it.
I really don't think so.
I don't think so. No, he's always been like this. Like when he fucked that dead body.
Yeah.
No.
No. He caressed it.
He
Sorry,
caressed
you're
it
right.
Sexually.
He
Yeah.
cuddled.
Man, what am I doing? I'm the guy with the notes and I'm fucking up. So in
You whiffed the bag.
Oh yeah. So in the report, here's a direct quote from the report of Gacy's evaluation.
Do an Iowa accent.
Gacy has, quote, total denial of responsibility for everything that has happened to him.
Well, it didn't. He's innocent, don't you know?
Yeah. I mean, he said it himself.
Don't you believe the guy?
Bitches be tripping.
Right hand of God. He put his right hand of God.
On Allah.
So, on November 7th, 1968, Gacy pleads guilty to the sodomy, but not the other charges.
Right.
Gacy claims
I didn't do anything.
He's edging over here.
Gacy claims that Voorhees offered the sex to him,
Oh,
and he took it out of courtesy.
that kid tried to fuck me.
Literally out of courtesy.
The kid tried to
It'd be
fuck
rude.
me.
Hey, listen. He's a gent. Okay. You guys
Officer,
don't
the kid
understand
tried to
this.
fuck me. It wasn't my fault.
So he gets convicted because he pleads guilty on December 3rd, and he's sentenced to 10 years in prison.
He
Yeah.
saw it in his.
But he gets out in 10 months.
On the same day that Gacy is found guilty, December 3rd, his wife files for divorce.
Oh shit.
In 1969, she gets full custody of both children, their house, and alimony payments.
Oh shit.
Did she also get control over the KFCs?
Not the kids. We don't care about the kids. The KFC.
Fuck the
Not that
kids.
we know
Where the
of.
money going?
Although,
Like, I doubt he's in prison, but he still has the emails to send to each KFC.
got a fax
technically,
machine.
technically he's just the manager, not the owner. The owner is her father, so I'm assuming he'd take him away. He'd just fire him.
He's got the fax machine in the prison cell.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta call off my shift.
So Gacy goes to prison in Iowa, and while in prison, he's considered a model prisoner. That's right.
Good little boy.
He becomes the head cook. Yeah.
Of the JC
You
prison.
mean the KFC
initiative?
manager became the cook of the
You know,
prison?
Jamie, it's funny you say that.
Oh
Are
my
you
god.
fucking serious?
Because he joins the prison chapter of the JCs.
Oh my fucking
It
god.
really is Nazis. He nailed
How do they have a
it.
prison chapter?
They're everywhere.
What?
And it's, you
I
know,
don't like
like,
how they call them
hold on.
chapters. They
To
sound
have-
like a motorcycle
Wait,
club.
to have a prison chapter means you have to have enough people going to prison.
no. So,
no.
no. Listen to this. So when Gacy joined, there were only 50 members, which is a lot, but not like a lot.
So how do they have a prison chapter?
They just, I don't know, they're trying to reach out to the people to reform them. You know what I mean? So
They
get
are
this,
Nazis.
right? In less than 18 months, because Gacy joined, he helped them grow their membership from 50 to 650.
Wow. That's the
Yeah.
entire fucking prison.
Basically.
Yeah. He literally helped them get, like, he supervised projects that were involved, several of them that were involved in raising prison conditions. He helped mess hall workers, because he was the head of the mess hall, get higher pay. And according to a documentary I watched that we'll talk about later, probably in the next episode, like Gacy had an iron fist in everything in the mess hall. Like you couldn't join, go in the mess hall without talking to him first.
He's like Gordon
Not
Ramsay.
like to get food, but like you couldn't be hired there without talking to him first. You couldn't do anything without talking to Gacy first.
Wow.
Yeah, for real.
How did he get that power if he was a prisoner? Did the prison
He
guards
was
just
a-
be like, fuck
He
it.
was a model prisoner, but eventually he rose to like head cook status. And then because he was like part of the JCs, everybody liked him. I guess he felt like he could get away with it or something. He oversaw the installation of a mini golf course in the prison recreation
Like,
yard.
Okay,
Dude,
like
JC's
if he wasn't like,
putting in work.
Mm-hmm.
like if he wasn't just like such a monster,
Yeah, he'd
like
be,
just like so like I feel like the reason why he's so like such a great like a model leader
Yeah.
is part of like his illness.
yeah,
But like, dude,
That's
like what the hell,
that's like
man?
the problem with cult leaders.
yeah.
He could have like actually
It's
done like
the charisma. It's dangerous.
he could have actually done like good
I mean,
things.
It's just funny to me. I just imagine a pedophile in prison. Where's your HR representative?
If Gacy wasn't a serial killer,
He could have been president.
he could have been president, 100%. Oh, we'll see later.
Please
How
don't
far
tell me
it
he
goes.
How
runs.
far it goes?
Do you know how far it goes?
Because like
No.
Oh, you'll see how far it
like
goes.
literally up until like the murders, I mean even some of them, like that's just like politicians.
Literally, yeah.
He really could have
Yeah,
done
the
it.
Clintons.
Yeah. So, despite being such a model prisoner, because at this point Gacy's not killed anybody, when he went for his parole hearing, he was denied parole. His next parole hearing wasn't for another year. So, on Christmas Day, 1969, Gacy's father died of cirrhosis of the liver, or
Rest in piss. You won't be missed.
Cirrhosis.
cirrhosis of the liver. Gacy got denied any sort of like parole to go to the funeral too.
Really?
Yeah, which I kind of that does suck for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, despite how bad of a guy he is,
I mean, at this
I'm
point,
sure
what
that-
he's in for,
Yeah.
it's kind of like
that's horrible.
harsh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's definitely. I was gonna say, I'm sure that added to like driving him over the edge. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like they weren't really helping him. I guess this is because this is the older times. They weren't really focused on rehabilitating prisoners. They
Yeah.
were just focused on.
They
I'm
still,
still
are.
not. Yeah. So Gacy finally in 1970 gets probation and 12 months parole. Yeah. So the conditions of the parole was that Gacy had to move back to Chicago to live with his mother. He also had a 10 p.m. curfew. Gacy really didn't want to do this apparently, but literally within like the next day he was gone. And so he moved to Chicago.
Is this before they had like those ankle bracelets?
I don't know.
They didn't have Apple tags.
I mean, he had a parole officer that he had to meet with every so often, or else they'd know that he not know what he was doing crimes per se.
Just know he's not doing what he's supposed to.
Because
You just gotta check in with them.
it's not that he's on house arrest. He like I'm about to say right now, when he goes and gets a job literally like right after arriving in Chicago and becomes a line cook or a short order cook.
Yeah,
I don't
the same thing.
He's a short order cook
At a
at a
KFC?
restaurant. No, just some diner.
Yeah, I used to
A
own
fried
this
chicken
place.
diner.
I don't think so.
Popeyes.
However, Gacy would not stay out of trouble.
Little
Yeah.
troublemaker.
On February 12th,
So goofy.
1971.
What's his first silly? What did he do?
So
What's his oopsie?
he gets charged.
What's his zany act?
He
does this
actually
time?
gets charged with sexually assaulting a teenage boy.
There
Oh,
we go.
I thought you were gonna say he was like stealing like penny candy.
No.
Oh.
He gets, the boy claims that Gacy picked him up at a bus station and attempted to force the boy to have sex with him. However, the charges were dropped because the boy failed to appear in court.
That's
So
a
he
W
probably-
for our boy.
So he probably got away with another like hit job. Like actually got away with this one maybe.
Yeah. And on
He's the same
To
guy.
get the guy to like not appear
yeah,
in court.
yeah. Although
Come
I
to
don't
find out, that 17-year-old was actually his last name was Voorhees.
know.
Another Voorhees.
So on June 22nd of the same year, which is 1971, Gacy gets arrested again and is charged with sexual battery.
His battery arrest is what brought him fame.
Yeah, he pretended to be a cop and tried to force a boy to perform oral sex on him.
The Dearborn cops be doing that.
It's just
sometimes.
standard protocol.
Yeah. However, the charges were dropped because
The boy didn't appear in court.
the boy attempted to blackmail Gacy, so they thought he was lying.
He just has really tough luck with the people he runs into, man. All these
Basically.
boys trying to set him up.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
He, like, one of the boys walks in, like, all leather, and they're just like, alright, this boy's clearly setting him up. He's asking for it.
Now,
Why'd you smile?
because police departments don't share information, when Gacy's parole is up, he is free. In October of 1971, his parole ends. He's done. He gets out of prison. Like he doesn't have to go back because they don't share information.
And he just
his
moved
parole,
counties.
No, his parole. He stays in Chicago.
Was this parole for a member of the club?
I don't know. That'd be funny. But his parole officer never finds out about the 2 charges for sexual assault that.
They didn't have computers.
Yeah, no. That not only that, they sealed his records.
What?
Yep.
What are we like? No,
No.
It'd be funny.
Because Gacy's in Chicago, but this is from Iowa.
I just want to say, they did start. Around this time is when they started getting computers.
But they still didn't share information. Like police departments do not share information in the 70s.
With other police departments.
Not
Not
even
at all.
not even ones with
Get your own murderers.
not even ones within the same state.
This one's mine.
Like we saw this with Bundy. Like even police departments within the same state don't care.
Yeah.
And they just it's not they I don't know if it comes down to incompetence or it's just like that's not how
I feel like it was incompetence.
yeah, it's just like because that's not how protocol was. So they were like, well, it's just not how it works.
Right. And
Not
to be
my
clear,
fault.
that's not how it is nowadays, like at all.
Oh no,
Like
everybody
the
knows.
police force is like
Oh, yeah.
pretty good at finding
You
people.
move like 30 states.
Yeah, they
You want
know.
to get a job.
Hell,
Like,
there was
I'm
a
gonna do
hel-
a background check on you. And they'll
There was
check
a
everything.
helicopter outside the other day.
Yeah, back in the day, you used to be able to move states and be completely. You could start a new life.
Yeah.
Nowadays, if you're not like completely off the grid,
Yeah.
and even then,
You need,
people
like,
Like
still
if you
know
slip
where
up
you
a
are.
little bit, like
You-
if the police want to find you, they'll find
They'll
you.
find you.
Like you need a new social security.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You need to be like a literate.
You need to
Even
get
then,
who-
the smallest mess up will get you caught.
You know it's sad when the IRS is putting in more work than the police
You need to get a
department.
Hoover vacuum dust cover. Yeah. So, with the help of Gacy's mother, he, while working as a cook, purchases a home.
Wait, you didn't have savings?
Well, this is after he's already moved. So he's like working up the money, but then his mom helped him pay for the rest of it. Gacy moves into 8123 West Summerdale Avenue This is where he would host like large multiple hundreds of people would come to these parties. Yeah,
Like block parties, basically.
not just block parties. Politicians, fucking like people would come to these parties because he's a big Democrat.
I was actually gonna ask.
It's the Great Gatsby.
When he got out of prison, did he like go back to reclaim his title as vice president of the club?
The JCs.
I'm back, motherfucker.
No,
Guess who's
I'm assuming he does kind of work with. I know he works with the Democratic Party at this time, but he doesn't really.
So as far as
I'm assuming no.
So as far as we know, he's pretty much done with the JC.
At least the JCs, I think so.
Now he's started the Gays.
But he did work with like the Democratic Party still, and we're gonna see that later.
He was with Bernie Sanders.
I could probably make it.
Probably was. How old's Bernie?
Ancient.
Yeah. Oh no, he meets somebody.
Little boy.
This
perhaps.
house is also the site of. This is also the site of Gacy's murders, and this is like a house of horrors.
Like Simpsons.
Did you say horrors or
Horrors.
Horrors. Yeah. Oh yeah. Gacy got married again. Yeah.
Was a player.
In 1971, a lot happened in 71.
He's gonna double down.
He got engaged to a girl he dated in high school because he moved back to Chicago.
Aww.
Her name was Carol Hoff. They got
Asshole.
married in 1972,
Wait.
but their marriage was horrible.
I had no idea.
So you said in 1971 he got remarried, but also in 1971 is when he originally moved away, and his mom helped him buy a new house. But now he moved back. Where the fuck? Like, does he have like any interest rates on these? Like, what is he? Where is this money? Doesn't he still have like a loan on that? Like, what's happening?
I don't know. Well,
He
the
probably
last house was
saved
already
it.
bought.
Let's say you probably saved it from the KFC gig.
Yeah, the last house was already bought from Myers' dad, his wife. So when they get divorced, and Gacy, by the way, never has children again or anything with this woman. And I think relatively, like their marriage doesn't last very long, relatively.
No.
They get divorced, I believe, in 1975, and they're married in
Why?
1972.
Do we know why? Like, was he abusive?
Yeah, we know why. So,
You fucking idiot, of course.
while Gacy did marry this woman, they did not have a sex life.
She wasn't a little boy.
She apparently said in an interview that Gacy would just like jerk off to gay porn next to her all the time.
How romantic.
Yeah.
This was for you, babe.
No, he's like, don't look at me.
I don't imagine.
in the corner.
Wait, hold on. Do you think that was the very first original episode of How to Build a Sex Room?
Hey, maybe.
Oh, okay. Let's interrupt. Okay. Look up How to Build a Sex Room
It's
on
horrible.
Netflix.
It's
Just
so
watch the
funny.
first episode. That's all you need.
It's great.
If you're 18 and older.
No,
watch,
it doesn't matter
watch
how
it
old you
when
are,
you're the
watch the
perfect
show.
age that Gacy would
Watch
watch
it with your children.
Yes.
Show it to your mom.
Yeah.
The flogging championship is coming up
Flogger. The flogger.
August 15th at Noir Leather.
Oh
I'll
my
be
God.
there defending my championship.
I'm here running for the title.
So yeah, their marriage, a little less than good.
So besides the sex life being non-existent,
Gacy is.
I feel like that's enough.
He's still an asshole.
okay.
So yeah, like he's kind of an asshole to his wife. And he's still probably. I don't think he beat her, but he's still kind of an asshole. You know what I mean?
Bit of a quirky boy.
I'm imagining an argument where she's like asking him to mow the lawn, and he says no, but then she's like, if I was a 15-year-old boy, you would do it. He's like, here we go.
Again with this.
Listen, that was a 7-time thing.
It was only 31 times. Fuck.
You kill one you have sex with 17 underage boys. Suddenly you're a pedophile.
I built this wall. Do they
More than
call me
17.
Gacy the wall builder? No, but you fuck one kid.
So also a lot happened. Like I said, a lot happened in 1971. Gacy establishes a construction company.
What the fuck?
Sure as shit, he built a wall.
Yeah.
They don't call him Gacy the wall builder.
You called it.
Nope.
Now he is.
It was called PDM Contractors. PDM means painting, decorating, and maintenance.
Clever.
Pedophile, Democrats, memorabilia.
You tried, man.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
stuttered so
You
fucking
had the
hard.
bag right here, and then you whipped it.
So Gacy, during the day, would work as a cook, and then at night he'd work at his construction business. It started out as like minor repair, but then they moved into like remodeling whole homes and landscaping by 1975.
I was about to say something. Have you guys noticed, like, when a woman is in Gacy's life, in his life is when he like spends all day and night working.
Yeah.
Like the first time he got married, managing 3 KFCs
Yeah.
all day. Plus, what was he doing on the side? He was part of that club.
The JCs.
Now he got married. Now he has his own contracting business, and he's a line cook.
Literally up until by 1975, which is when he got divorced, he'd work 16-hour shifts every day.
He wasn't doing all that before he got married the first time, was he?
If you're the
He
owner,
was, but it wasn't as
Not to this level. Come on.
Yeah, no.
if you're the owner of the company, can you give yourself overtime?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I was gonna say like
He's
If
like,
your own
man, my
touch
boss
is-
is gonna
when
ride my
he's
ass
not
on this
married,
way."
he's an incel, but when he's working, it's fucking grind time,
Yeah,
right?
it's grind
Bread
time.
is life.
PDM's workforce was high school boys.
Of course it is.
Gacy tried to trade sexual favors for promotions and lending them his car. Yeah.
3 blowjobs will make you a manager.
It's like a chart. It's like a chart where it's like one
It's
blowjob gets
a
you
punch
2.
card.
It's the
It's like you ever go to like a baseball game or whatever. They have like that giant thing above the food stand where it's like all the food items and their prices.
Yeah.
It's anything you want at the business and how many
It's,
sexual favors you do.
blowjobs.
Like,
It's-
if you want a $3 raise, that's 2 in it. That's 2 blowjobs, and you put a finger in my ass.
It's the thing from SpongeBob with the good noodle stickers.
Yeah. He's like, all right.
How many blowjobs did you get? 74. So
Here, I'm here to redeem my token for the raise.
Like a Chuck E. Cheese.
how many blowjobs do you have?
It's like a Chuck E. Cheese.
And the ticket muncher eats all your blowjobs.
Yes. It's like
It's not the.
yeah. Instead of it looking like a mouth, it's a picture. It's like Gacy with a
No, it looks like a mouth.
And it looks like it's
It's
Gacy
Gacy's
with his
mouth,
pants
I mean.
pulled
It's
down.
not
He
the
put
monster.
the tickets into the tip.
It's his asshole. It's just him bent over his asshole. He put the time card in.
He's bent over,
And his-
turning around, giving a thumbs up.
His asshole like puckers when I put the ticket. That's like,
And then like, let's say there's something wrong with the machine. Like he didn't do it right. He's like, too fast, too
The
slow.
tool they use it's just like it's a dildo, so they have to. It's stuck. Gotta get
Yeah,
out.
instead of like
No, they grab a plunger.
all the toilets are
Oh,
the shape
someone
of his ass.
fucked the Gacy again.
All the toilets are the shape of his ass.
Get the semen sucker.
Everything in that company is like based around his body. Even the keyboards are like his dick tips with letters.
His dick tits.
Dick tip.
It's his dick, not in testicles.
Everything. A pencil is like his shaft.
Oh my god.
Please stop screaming, this guys.
so Gacy also claimed to own guns, and
Oh, he's strapped.
he told
Strapped
an
and strapped.
Every
employee.
sense of the word.
Apparently, an employee said once that Gacy like pulled him aside when they were just talking, and Gacy was like, "Do you know how easy it would be to get one of my guns and kill you? And you know how easy it would be to get rid of your
Oh,
body?
is he mafia now? Does he throw up his little G?
Eat Chicago."
He's Chicago mafia. Look at him.
I mean, he owns a contracting business.
Chicago.
He's basically mafia.
And I says to him, "I'm gonna fuck your kid."
He's a
And
Democrat.
I says that to him.
So, like I said, he still becomes involved in the Democratic Party, so much so that we'll flash forward a little bit here.
Suck my dick, I'll make you president.
In 1978, he meets the first lady at the time, Rosalind Carter.
Fuck.
Yeah. And this is while he's a serial killer.
Oh my.
This is like months before he gets caught.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's like when Pablo Escobar went to the U.S. White House. When
Yeah.
he was like the most wanted man.
Yeah. So, it's finally time.
For our
It's been
first
over-
break, we'll be back
it's
after
been-
this ad.
No, it's been over an hour.
It's just
Yep.
a 30-second animation of that fucking asshole machine getting
The
plunged.
pucker.
Please say it louder, guys.
Puckering asshole.
Stop! I wasn't being serious.
Oh, okay.
It's
To
been,
be fair, the plunger joke was your idea.
it's been over an hour, but we're finally at Gacy's first murder.
His
And
first
this
body.
is where we're ending the first episode.
Yeah, and that's where we're gonna come back. No, I'm just kidding.
Make it a three-parter.
Welcome back to our 37-parter.
Hey, welcome back to the 38th part of John Wayne Gacy. They're like 5-minute long episodes. So
no, it's just we're all talking about him.
They're 10 minute
favorites.
They're 10 minute and 1 second to get that revenue.
It's like on TikTok when it's a 5-minute story, but they split it up into 5 1-minute parts.
oh my god, I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you if you do that.
I like the
it's
guy.
Like such a shitty story. Like, am I an asshole for leaving my wife when her mother raped me?
I like the guy who like just says like fuck those guys and he just does like a real quick
I love
version of it.
that.
He's like, don't fucking watch these.
So, on January 2nd, 1972, Gacy was returning home from a party. It was a New Year's party.
Oh,
Like I know it had already passed. Technically it was past New Year's, but like they had it on the second for some reason.
I get you. It was probably like a work day Thursday, and then like they just had it Saturday.
He left his wife at the home of the people who had the party. He just left.
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah. So
She'll find her way.
Gacy picks up 16-year-old Timothy Jack McCoy, who was returning home from his father's home in Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh.
He was basically taking the bus to Michigan. Yeah.
Just a small town.
So
I think this is before Jordan.
There is no South Detroit. South
yeah.
Detroit is fucking
72?
Canada.
I think 77 was the first journey out. If I'm not mistaken.
Do you see how Canada like wraps around below Detroit?
Gacy picks up McCoy from a Greyhound bus station, and he takes him back to his house. He drives him around and gives him a tour of the city, and then takes him back to his house saying, hey, I'll take you back later. I'll take you back to the bus station tomorrow morning. Because otherwise he's just going to have to sit there. So Gacy wakes up like early the next morning. This is Gacy's like version of events, but Gacy does love lying. So keep that in mind.
Isn't that common with like psychopaths?
Yeah.
Like a lot of them are just like chronic liars.
Gacy specifically though is like the biggest of them all. He's like Bundy. Very similar actually.
Horseshoe theory.
Yeah. So
Was his wife like overnight just left at the
his
house?
wife, yep. That's why I said he left her there. I started laughing because I said he's like Bundy, so he took his cement dick out and
The dickler.
the dickler too. So Gacy woke up the next morning and he found McCoy standing in his bedroom doorway with a knife in his hand. So he thought that the kid was gonna fucking stab him. So he jumped out of bed and like went to go beat the shit out of the kid to defend himself. Even though the entire time, and even Gacy admits this, his hands are in the air like he's fucking surrendering. And he went to go grab the knife from him, but the way that the knife was positioned in his hand, it was like this with the blade out.
Yeah.
He scratched his arm. So he thought he was like fucking swinging it around to
I
attack
can't lie,
him.
that's like the one thing I can understand. If you're holding a knife like this
Yeah.
at the foot of my bed,
No,
we're
it was in his
scrapping.
doorway. So Gacy thought he was attacking him, so he fucking
It's like the OJ clip.
yeah.
Psycho.
So Gacy fucking like starts strangling him. Or no, wait, I take that back. I just read
I was
what
about
it
to
said.
say,
Did
like,
he turn off
the guy
his
has
body
still has a
cam
knife.
and
Yeah,
everything?
he takes the knife and stabs him fucking repeatedly in the chest until he dies.
Did he turn off his body cam before?
Yeah. So Gacy goes to the kitchen because it was a kitchen knife, and he goes to wash the knife off when he sees on the table was like the table was set. There was a carton of eggs out by like
He was making
the fucking
dinner.
stove,
Yeah.
and there was a slab of uncut bacon out. And so Gacy literally killed a kid that was just trying to make him breakfast.
But who the fuck? Like, imagine you just wake up and
I
you
made
just see,
dinner!
hey, you hungry?
No, he walked in with the knife like by his side, but Gacy like thought, oh shit, he's trying to stab me. So as soon as he gets up, he accidentally gets cut. I would like to add that, like, well,
Was he
Gacy-
chopping eggs?
Gacy does not miss a beat. He immediately buried him in his crawl space, which goes under his whole fucking house. However, Gacy would later admit that listening to McCoy die, and like hearing the fucking gurgling sounds that he made when he was like literally drowning in his own blood.
Yeah.
It made him cum in his pants so fucking hard and he described it as the ultimate sexual thrill.
Sadomasochism, baby.
And that,
I feel like that's more sadist.
and that is where we'll pick back up for part 2.
And before that, I just want to say, like, this was it. This was the turning point right here. Like,
literally-
everything before that, like, even everything he's done, like, if he never got that first kill, he probably would have been, like, senator or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
his whole childhood was just like the boiling tea kettle. It was just.
I
just
honest
kinda
to
setting him
God
up.
feel like his childhood wasn't really
Hey,
that
I was
bad.
gonna say, like,
And
my grandpa
like,
grew up
yeah.
in the 50s, and he's not
Right.
stabbing
Oh, yeah.
and
My,
stuff.
Yeah.
my grandfather was born 48 in the Middle East, and he has given me hundreds of stories of the times his dad beat his ass. And my grandfather's a phenomenal gentleman.
Yeah. Like he literally had something wrong with him at the fucking
Yeah.
psychological level. He was a sociopath. He had something wrong with him at the he was a psychopath. He had something wrong with him at the psychological level that not only like drove him to do all these like horrible rapes and sexual assaults and stuff, but like he wanted to kill.
Right.
This was like I guarantee you that his story is like that's why I added the disclaimer. His story is probably like an exaggeration at some extent. Like I believe that because
It was
he
a prerequisite class before you can actually start your major.
yeah, exactly. Maybe he believed he was in danger, but there was something in his mind that
Right.
made him decide to stab the boy, fucking, like literally
Right, because
decimate him.
he could have, like, just disarmed him.
Yeah.
Number
Or he
one.
could have just kicked him out of his damn house.
Right, and not only that, the way he jumped into action immediately after he killed the kid.
Yeah.
Like, no hesitation, started burying
This is
him.
the early 70s, so Gacy's in his 30s.
It's definitely something he's thought
He
about.
could have
for a while.
overpowered a 16-year-old boy.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
It's definitely
it's
something he
a
thought about.
16-year-old boy.
Let's say
Yeah.
even that 16-year-old boy was trying to kill you. Yeah, you'll get some cuts.
He was
Yeah.
young,
But
dumb,
you're
and
definitely gonna
he was
live.
young, dumb, and full of cum. He's not a trained
Yeah.
marine.
Exactly.
Young, dumb, full
So, like, as soon as he kind of linked killing with, like, his like,
Sexual thrill.
Yeah,
He literally
that's it.
craved it. And while he does take a break, like, it gets worse.
Like we're
Of
about
course.
to do.
But that's common with serial killers. After the first one,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a short break,
There's a short break.
and then he picks
Yeah.
up again.
But yeah, we're gonna pick back. We're gonna end this, and we'll be back for part 2 later. So, thank you guys for watching. You can follow us at. I didn't write it down until the end. Hold on, I gotta
Yeah,
get that.
because you don't know that we're Bodacious.
Follow
True
us
Crime.
at jamie.clark2 on
No,
Instagram.
You gotta fucking. You can email us at bodacioustruecrime@gmail.com. It's Bodacious True Crime on Instagram. Obviously, YouTube or Spotify is Bodacious True Crime as well. But that's how you fucking got here, you
And
fucking idiot.
he needed notes to say that.
I did, and I always forget the Twitter. It's official. No, wait, fuck. It's
It's the name
Bodacious
of
TC.
your-
It's moist
Shut up.
critical.
The name of your channel you've had for over a year.
Oh, way over that.
R-Man
3 or
Gaming
4.
14.
No, not that one.
3 to 4 years. What's the name of my channel?
I had to change it. Where's the fucking?
I'm gonna go home and take a nap after this.
You're in your basement. Yeah,
Don't
we'll see you guys later.
Don't DDoS them. They'll fuck.
How do you,
Dude.
do you guys want to say anything? Hold on. Fuck,
Oh yeah,
forgot.
we'll go.
I forgot.
I'll go last.
Jamie, you want to say anything?
About what?
Just
Before we-
thoughts. Any thoughts
Yeah,
about the
any
thing? Like,
thoughts?
Any
plugs?
thoughts so far?
Yeah.
Any thoughts so far? John Wayne Gacy, horrible man. Very interesting story. The moral ambiguity of his
Really cool. Reading off a
actions
book.
are truly despicable and horrifying. And I want to kiss him.
Eunice.
I
Eunice,
bet
say
news.
something.
Yeah, Eunice, what would you like to say before we end this episode?
You know, I think his dad might have been right about him being a sissy.
Yeah, little fucking pussy boy.
Right.
And my
Wah.
thank you guys for watching. That's all I have to say. But Gus,
Stay bodacious, everybody.
fuck yeah, stay
I'm
bodacious.
horny.